Been caught stealing once when I was 5. I was talking to somebody today that had never heard Jane's Addiction before. I was like, no way, you gotta. So I sent him the got caught stealing video. That's one of the greatest videos ever made, without a doubt. Hope you guys are having a good time. Just going for a walk. It's really nice today. It's like 93 degrees. And then we were talking about, you know, how hard it is in the world that we've created together to create a balanced lifestyle. You know, couples don't really create very good families because either one has to work the whole time or they both have to work the whole time. And so you don't get to spend the time with your kids that you need to. And then when you're so tired when you get home that you just don't have time to relax. You know, you have to clean the house, make sure, you know, organize everything, or things just get out of hand. And so you just don't, it slowly wears on you. It kills you faster than was totally necessary. And you might have seen this in one of my other videos, but if you do the math and then figure out, okay, what things do we need to really sustain life here? You know, to make everybody, so that everybody has availability to food, water, shelter, travel, healthcare, you know, those basic things. Only 30% of the working population works on those things, which is why they have to work 40 hours a week doing it. You know, another thing that came up was, you know, people talk about how the elite have lied to us. It's like, well, I mean, you can cover up one basic truth, is that all of us create everything. We created the elite. We created the elite by not creating the right boundaries. Right? If you agree to work for somebody and agree that that their time is more valuable than your time, you are agreeing to create an elite class. Period. And we actively support that trend. I don't see in too many places where it's not being supported. Now, as an entrepreneur, that's when people start creating boundaries and they understand the importance of boundaries, because they leave toxic work environments that become psychologically dangerous because of that one simple thing. Because everybody's learning. You can't ever say that you ever get to a place where you know enough to earn this much. That's ridiculous. Well, mental health is always caused by, first and foremost, a lack of listening. Because if you're unable to listen and really see what's going on around you, then that creates mental health and mental health issues where you're unbalanced in your environment. You know, if you run the numbers, if everybody had to support those 5 basic functions and distributed it across the entire working population, we'd be working about 10 to 15 hours a week to support water, food, shelter, travel, healthcare, the things that we need to sustain life. And then the rest of the time would be yours. You could entertain whatever creative endeavors you want. What is that? Huh. Interesting. My machine's flashing. I don't know why. Doesn't matter. Very simple. Another, on the flip side, how much stuff that we create do we actually need when it comes to food, shelter, water, all those things? Because, and we were talking about how, you know, how do you know that this is just one life and then you're dead and then that's it. There's no more you. Well, that can't be true, simply because there isn't a cell in your body that's older than 10 years old. You might look 70 years old, but there isn't a cell in your body that's older than 10 years. And science medicine is constantly trying to figure out why the cells age the way they do. because they're constantly dying and being recreated. It's just a part of nature. So what you are isn't the cells of a body. It's a vessel. It's just moving information and energy. And the vessel is constantly changing based on its own self-awareness. See that all around you. Whether you're looking at a tree or a bug or a plant or a dog or a cat, it's interacting with its environment relative to its own self-awareness, which creates the vessel that you see. And everything's an interaction. So there isn't anything that is static except for I am. Which is why Jesus' statement is so powerful, you know, heaven and earth shall fall away, but I am that I am. You can't really define I am. It's just a awareness that is creating a structure in a field. Or the triune being, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Father being source, Son being the structure that we're creating, and Holy Ghost being the field of energy. So there's a masculine and feminine aspect, and then the source, which is neither. They call it Father, but it's not masculine or feminine. It's just the infinite potential where everything comes from. And so there's always a womb where a seed is being planted, and then how well the seed grows depends on the health of the womb. If it's supported. Sometimes the harshest wombs create the best seeds. Trees that grow in the desert become much stronger than a tree that's, you know, growing in an area where there's a lot of moisture and good weather, because it has to drive its roots deep to get to water. So it has to go to the darkest places to understand that it is its own light. Everything is its own source. So these two issues are almost, they seem like they oppose one another, right? If each of us is our own source, then what difference does it make if we talk about imbalance? You really have to be balanced in the way that you're creating and receiving. And it's one issue that I've always struggled with when, you know, and say, okay, what if we did create a system where you can treat each other equally and then just set boundaries? If somebody's not picking up their fair share, give them a chance, you know, be patient with each other. But if they just are carrying too much toxicity and you can't heal it, it's just like your own body. You have to get rid of those cells out of the body, or it'll toxify the body, grow cancerous, because that's the definition of a cancerous cell, right? It's taking more energy than the surrounding cells, and then it grows cancerous, and then it ends up killing the body unless you can get it out of the body. So kind of the same situation of the elite, right? If you have an elite class that's not providing anything other than just giving you a job and you working for them, then that's a definition of a cancerous cell. It'll kill the body. It's parasitic. It's part of nature. It's not evil. It just is what it is. It's a parasitic. It's not creating a homeostasis in the body. Ideally, you know, you get to a place where you're not feeding on anything. And if you can become your own source, you know, that's the story of Jesus. He became his own source. I am the creator. And so anybody that would surrender to him get healed 100%. But you can't force anybody to do anything. You would never enforce your will over somebody to say, here, I can heal you. Say, well, no, you almost have to get to a place where people come to you because you're shining so brightly. And that's where you guys are. You guys are shining brightly. And you should continue to shine brightly. Be your own source. And not rely on the emotional states of the people around you, because they'll go up and down, as will your own, depending on your own state of being. I hope all this stuff's making sense to you. It's just stuff that goes through my head daily in different ways, and in my interactions with other people. Being patient with one another is one of the most healing things you can do. That goes with your family, your friends, and everybody. And being patient with yourself. You have to, if you can be patient with yourself and understand how patient you have to be with yourself, then it's a lot easier to be patient with other people. And then really see what's going on around you. And really respect the interrelationships that support life. Life keeps going whether or not I'm here or not, or this vessel's here or not. You're always here. You're actually everywhere. But how conscious of you are of where you're at depends on your own state of being. And yeah. So I just wanted to come out here and take a walk today and put this on my YouTube channel. I was gonna make a video yesterday and I was super congested, like just out of nowhere. Sometimes my sinuses clog up and I can't figure out why. I don't know if it's the smoke and the season. It's starting to clear up, but if you live in Washington, Oregon, or Idaho, August is usually a month of smoke. It's not too bad right now, but sometimes it's pretty bad. Anyway, I'll close her off there. Love you guys. Have a great day. And leave a comment in the comments below. How do you set boundaries with the people around you? I mean, it's pretty hard to do with children or elderly because their needs become greater. We go from diapers to diapers. It's not much, unless we can get to the point where we can heal the elderly to where we're all young again indefinitely, then we'll always have to do that. So have a great one. Bye.